Hey, my YouTube friends. Back to work on the 75 Nova. Beautiful day out here today. So I got home from work a little bit early, so should be able to get plenty of work done on the Nova this time. Last time I was working on the quarter panel. As you can see, I got that split. Try and do some work with this end today. One of the things I need to do is I want to clean the backside, get all that rust off of that. But before I do that, and before I start working on separating any of this, I think what I end up needing to do, I'm going to have to get that back bumper out of the way. Yeah, I'm pretty certain I'm going to have to, because the filler that goes around here, around the side, is going to end up probably being in the way for me to be able to get properly to the back. Take a look at that trunk drop off, and you can see how that bolts in there and where that rot's at. I think it's going to be a lot easier if I have that out of the way. I could try unbolting it and pushing it back. Maybe that would give me enough room and I don't have to pull this back bumper. One of the other things I need to do is I need to straighten this back bumper too. It is twisted on the side, and it's going to be easiest to straighten it while it's on the car. I'd like to use the telephone pole out in the alley like I normally do, but I don't have the seats in the car. The column is sitting unbolted down on the floor, so that's not going to happen. But I might be able to do some sort of strapping on the back. No. Let's not get sidetracked. I can do that later. I'm going to try unbolting this filler panel, see if that'll give me enough clearance to do what I need to do, or if I'm going to have to pull this back bumper off. Well, pulled the bolts and got this separated. So I think that's going to give us enough room to do some work here. I also pulled the marker lamp out. As you can see, once I undid this, this popped down. That was amusing. So this is just a bunch of thin sheet metal. It might even be aluminum, I don't know. That's probably wrapped around down here. So I think to start, I'm going to cut here and come across. Right there would be the trunk floor. Let's hang out close to that trunk floor. I think I'm just going to cut like this. And then I'll cut across this bottom seam down here. And then that way I should open this up so I can get to the trunk drop off and do what repairs I need to do there. And then I can start playing around with the replacement panel where I want to finish that up. I can see inside the trunk that there is fill. It's in here. Looks like it's bubbled up in here, so I might be coming up this far. But once I get this opened up and deal with that, then I'll strip the paint back here and see what I got going on, what I need to replace. Pretty rotted. Okay, that cleaned up. Actually not too bad. Get you caught up with where I'm at here. I had cut away this part of the inner wheel well. Here is our replacement, and I've already pre-punched where all the spot welds were. So whoever did this GM must have been painted by the spot weld, because that is a lot of things I'm going to have to drill out of there. But I want to separate that to get this here panel off, so I have this in pieces to work this all in. The nice thing is, you can see this bottom has this really nice squared edge, and it still exists here. So I'm going to be able to use that as a template, so I know when I take this replacement piece where this is going to have to go, and I can make the cuts, get that welded in there first. Then with this outer, I should then be able to match that up, because it'll have the evidence of where the spot welds were. So I should be able to line all that up, get that so it's set right, and then I can finish by cutting in this replacement piece to come across the bottom, because that's all I need to do is replace just the lower half. So I'm about to go ahead and start drilling all these out and get this panel separated. As you can see, I got these panels separated. That actually fits up in there pretty good. So I got everything trimmed where it would need to be. And then I put that up in there. You can see where it's going to end up going. If I pull that out so I don't have so many layers in here. Wow. Alright, so if we take this panel, slide that in. So I'm making some progress here. Makes it a lot easier having all these panels separated so that I can work on it. It's probably all I'm going to get done on this night. And instead of making this a single video, I'm probably just going to keep working on and just adding on. So maybe a couple days till I actually get this video done and posted. But I'm going to try and get a little bit more work done here. So I'm going to go back on this end tomorrow night. So I'll see you then. So it's next day. It's a long day at work. I'm pretty beat, but I'm going to still plug away at this thing and try to get something done. Show you where I'm at. The video from the other day, I had cut a lot of the stuff out of it, and before I went in for the night, I thought, well, might as well throw the quarter panel up there and just clamp it and see how it fits up. So, of course, it's a GM piece, so it should fit perfectly, and I'm not at all unhappy with it. Pretty satisfied. It's giving me ideas where I need to be and what I'm going to end up cutting and etc. So, but I'm pretty happy with it. It's not giving me any problems. So, time to take this panel off, and I think I'm going to see about maybe cutting and putting this into place, or at least getting a better idea of where I'm going to have to cut the old piece. So here's my replacement piece of the drop-off. As you can see, I cut a chunk off of it, and I currently have it just sitting and clamped in here. So I think it fits up pretty good. Got it lined up with this hole, so I know I'm good to go here. Got lined up in the back with the drop off, because I do have to come back in for a little bit of this. Some of that is on the original panel is rotted, so I'm going to end up having to cut some of that away so I can slide this back as far as it needs to go and get this alignment right. Then what I think I'll do is I'll put a couple tack welds on it to hold it in place, and then I'll do like I did with the floors, the cut and butt. If you don't know what cut and butt is, look up Fitzy Fabrication, and he has plenty of tutorial videos on how that works. But then I can back cut this and weld it flush. I could just lap this. No one would really see it. On the back side, it really doesn't look that bad. And who knows, I may still end up just doing that. But a part of me, my OCD, wants me to do it absolutely perfect, so we'll have to see. But I do need to cut a relief in the back here so I can get that to push back. Don't think I'm going to do that yet tonight. Again, it was a long day. I'm pretty tired, but I feel pretty good that I managed to get all that clean. Of course, I had more spot welds to drill. That just takes so long. I had to drill these out to separate this panel so I could slip this back in. Also, I had to drill out some to take out this lower section that was rotted. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to take more of this out since there is a hole, but I may just fill that. The rest of this looks pretty good. So I might only use what I need to. I might just cut it down in here and then fill these holes in. Those would be where it would spot weld back, or be plug welds that go back in to that lower drop off. But as you can see, I can't push it all the way across because it's not sitting where it needs to be, and this lip has to be cut out of the way, etc. So anyway, I think that's where I'm going to stop for the night. It's another day. It's actually Thursday. I started the content for this video on Monday this week. Wednesday, I didn't do any work on the car. Since the weather has changed, there's just pollen everywhere right now, and it had my sinuses, my head just crazy. and I just couldn't bring myself to work. When I came home from work, I just had to knock out. So I'm gonna hopefully get some things done on the car here then today. But I gotta be honest with you folks, I am itching to work on some other projects. It's really sad. I have at times such a short attention span. I just go from one project to another. But I'm really gotta go and try and get some more work done on this. But I don't know. There's another project that's really calling my name. I might mess with a little bit here today, so we'll have to see. But let me show you what I got going on right now. What you're looking at is my parts tank, and what I wound up doing is I put that lower drop off in here because it has all this undercoat on it. When you let it sit in this parts cleaner, which it sat here for about 36 hours, usually does a pretty good job of loosening this stuff up. I can tell a lot of it is coming off. You can see the painted metal underneath. And this parts cleaner fluid has been it's pretty old. I've used this so many times. You can pretty much see the result that I'm getting. That actually looks like trunk splatter spray on that. That's pretty interesting. Alright, well, I'm going to continue to clean this off, and then I'll take you back over to the garage. Here it is outside of the parts cleaning tank. It got most of the stuff off of it. So I don't think I need to clean it any more than that. I think that'll be fine, because once it's welded up in there, then it's going to be hit with some undercoating anyway. Backside of it really is important, where all those where all those plug wells are going to end up having to go. But once I get this in place, then I will end up painting the inside of it then too, so that way it won't rust in the future. So, of course, I still have the car up. Didn't bring it back down because I got sidetracked by that project sitting over there, which I'll reveal at some point. But there you go. So that's all I'm going to end up getting done here. I apologize I didn't make as much progress on the Nova as I really wanted to. I was hoping by the end of the week I'd have that quarter not necessarily done, but I'd be a bit further than I am right now. Hopefully you're liking this series. I'm going to try my best to stay on track and keep working on the Nova, but as this weather gets nice, my job gets very busy, and I've got a lot of yard work I really need to catch up on. So it might be a little bit hit or miss on the Nova. I'm not sure if I'm going to make my goal of first weekend of May to get paint on it, but I'm going to have a lot closer than I did before. So at least giving myself a deadline has helped to make some progress on the Nova. Again, hopefully you're enjoying this, and if you're not a subscriber, as I continue to say, please subscribe. I greatly appreciate that. Love seeing the channel continue to grow. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. As always, drop a comment. I'd like to hear what you folks always have to say. At this time, I'd like to give a shout out to another YouTube channel for you guys to check out. I'll show you a link here. Also, there'll be a link in the comments, so that way you can go check out his channel. Help him out. He's looking to make the No Name Nationals this year, and he needs 500 subscribers, and he's getting pretty close, so help him out. As always, thanks for watching.